We have to watch Wearables because Wearables is what's happening now, and we can see it and feel it. The Internet of Things, these small devices that are monitoring various aspects of our lives is happening everywhere. It's happening in automotive, it's happening in smart metering for our house, it's happening in connected and smart networks that deliver the power to our houses.
You can wear small computers now on your body, small computers that takes cues through sensors from the environment, GPS and so on, but also and especially from your body, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your temperature and so on.
And these devices are then talking to a hub like your phone, and then from your phone are shared with the internet. So for example, I've got a watch on now that I use when I go bike riding, and it measures my heart rate. It's got an accelerometer to measure my any vertical oscillation when I'm running, or if I'm swimming it will count laps. It then talks to my phone, and from my phone it goes straight out to the internet and gets shared with either friends or perhaps health professionals or whatever the case might be.
Wearable tech is going to turn everything upside down within the healthcare sector. These small devices are going to redefine the way we as patients, as normal human beings, are going to interact with healthcare. But there are also very interesting devices coming out that can actually measure, or trying to measure, the amount of calories that you take in by measuring your blood sugar, for instance. I'm very excited about it from a personal interest. I've got diabetes, and I think with these devices I can manage my diabetes in a much better way, and maybe combining it by the end of the day with big data from the sky, from the environment, and from my personal genomics. It's also an area where you can see the ever-growing importance of data, because all these devices create tons of data, and those persons, companies, governments that control these data and use these data are going to have currency that are going to be extremely valuable going forward.
The legal issues, the obvious one is the data protection and the amount of data that's being collected from all of these devices. So we've got issues around consent to obtaining information, use of information and so on, and we've got a lot to do there. But there are other legal issues as well. We've got to deal with the security surrounding the collection of that data. We might have IP rights, we might have database rights hidden within the data that we're collecting, or the mechanisms that are used to collect that data. So there's an interesting mix of legal issues with this.
And normally all this innovation takes place within the normal regulatory framework for the medtech industry, which is extremely complex because it's about people's health. But what is really exciting to see here is that a lot of the innovation, or most of the innovation, is done by small players and big players that are totally out of that normal sector, which means that you're totally out of that regulatory framework.
So there's things are changing, and I think for lawyers, that's a very interesting space to be in.